Welcome everyone, Rowdy is here, and I know I've been talking about doing a video on the Grey King for quite a long time, probably, well, a month and a half, I'm not gonna lie. When I asked for suggestions, what kind of video would you like? And someone says, I believe it was Torian, said, do a video on the Grey King. So I'm going to do a video on the Grey King. I've got a couple pretty good teams, and then we can work on some Guild War offense teams with the Grey King as well. That's normally what people use Grey King for. Grey King is not very good in Explore 12, just because they have a multitude of colors, and you really just want to keep hitting 3 to 4 of the same troop with colors all the time if you can. And anyways, let's get on with it. I don't want to go blah blah and just keep talking and not show you anything. So, oh, well, this is a fun team to try. I'm not going to do it with my Shagra team. Let's see, where is my first Grey team? The Grey Ghost, which is Mountain Crusher. This is probably my favorite team. Mountain Crusher for mana. Using that with Titan for 50% mana start on the hero. And for Lightning Strike on level 70. Grey King destroys all gems of a chosen color. All enemies of that color take true damage. Mana Drain, Silenced, and Frozen. Queen Beatrix, who also does true damage and can just start refilling herself. And Ghost Queen, steals 7 mana from an enemy, steals life, boosted by purple gems. And the important part is all undead allies start with 50% mana. So your 22 goes down to 11. And his third trait is all undead allies gain 2 armor and magic when matching 4 or more gems. You don't want the fight to last that long, so. But anyways, let's see how we stack up with this team. Probably not well, because you're not going to be able to silence Zool, and Guardian Crown just keeps growing and growing and growing with life quite quickly. But let's see what this team can do. I've played this team against life and death teams quite often, and it usually does rather well. Let's see. And definitely when you're casting Grey King for the first time, try and pick one of its own colors, like brown, purple, blue, so you can try to refill yourself as much as possible and hope it's... Oh, we got rid of Zool with a gnome. We got lucky. And now that we've done that, we don't have a lot of green or brown. So I'm just going to go ahead and cast it on yellow. And now their entire team is pretty much screwed because, well, as you can see, all silenced. I quite like this team. But let's see what kind of different teams we can... Okay, this is basically just the same team. Oh, I'm unranked. I only play casual. Well, let's see if it can handle one of these. And you do blue to yellow. We don't want to give you an extra turn. So we either want to deny blue or deny yellow, to where at least you won't get an extra turn. And that's where the lightning strike from Titan really comes in. Well, I'm breaking my own rule, but you want to hit yellow so you can get silence. And then let's just go with Queen Beatrix and see what she can do. Now is a good time for... And now's a really good time for Queen Beatrix. I'm not worried about Ishbala being, having submerge. And we'll cast yellow. And then we can just go ahead and steal. That was up to 71 life because of all the 4-5 gem matches. Well, Arctic Fox, that's not going to be a hard fight, so this isn't a very good determination. This video is going to be way longer than my normal 10-minute video, and I knew that coming in, and I'm just kind of letting you know it's going to be a longer video. I don't know how long. And I don't really care if they take skulls on me. Let's see, they're green. Oh, and they're all dead. I'm kind of hoping for a life and death team to pop up. You know, I'm tired of seeing that same team. Let's see if I can get a life and death team to pop up. Or we could go with something like this. Let's see how it works against Obsidious. And of course you're going to do blue to yellow. And this doesn't look good because you've got a lot of blue-yellow there. I'd rather just let you have the skull. That's fine and dandy. Let's see. Doomed Glaive, that looks dangerous. So you're brown-yellow. Am I worried about Obsidious or not? Not too much. I'd rather have... Oh. Well, that didn't last very long. And let's see. I do believe I am going to take all the brown. And might as well steal some life, steal some mana. Oops, I cast the wrong person, but it didn't matter. I don't play a lot of competitive 3-trophy PvP. I usually just do 1 trophy, just working on getting class experience. That looks very boring. How about we try a web spinner team? See how this works with that. Then I'm going to move on to another team. So you're going to go blue to yellow and probably screw me over. That's not terrible. Yeah, that's more what I was worried about, is I don't really want to mess with Web Spinner getting lots of skulls. Purple, yellow, you look like you're all red. Well, what would you do here? I think we take green to kill Web Spinner, get rid of the mana from, or I'm sorry, put silence on Moonrabbit, and I do have a 4-match. And I believe you turn green to skulls. That's what I thought. So, not a problem. We'll steal the mana from... Well, didn't live. Okay, that was quite pretty, wasn't it? Let me guess. Oh, that's an interesting team. I'm going to move on to my second team. We'll just do it against this team. And let's see. This one, Life and Death. Great King, Archdeva. Choose an ally, give them 89 attack, life, and armor, and fill their mana. Can only be cast once. Barrier and bless a random ally when matching 4 or more gems. And Leprechaun for early mana start. When I was making this team, I was trying to work on Death Knight to get that up to 100. I still am. Since you're going with mostly purple, you're going to want to go with something like Sorcerer or Weaver normally. I'm just going to go with Death Knight, and we'll see what happens. And this could be a purple Guild Wars team. Because purple, and Life and Death, and if you can get Archdeva filled, this is probably not going to be an overly hard team to keep alive. And let's see. Got some crazy drivers outside. Lucky them. I'm just going to go ahead and cast that on yellow. No sense casting Archdeva while this is full. You might as well cast it. Cast Archdeva next. And now you've got Life and Death completely full again. Your bottom 2 troops are dead. And now we can start working on killing Tina. Yeah, kind of like that. Bye-bye, Thrall. Alright. I already know I don't like this team, but because it's got Zool in it. But you know what? Let's give it a try and see what happens. Yeah, that's a little bit of what I was worried about. If they get that lucky first one before you get going, yeah, you're pretty much screwed. That's when I bow out gracefully and say, not today. Another Zol team? Sure, whatever. It's almost like that's all anybody uses nowadays, is Zol teams. And I believe everybody in here is a red troop. Hey, shouldn't have made all your troops red. That's kind of what happens. We just fought that team. There's a life and death team. Let's see how this team handles life and death. About as well as I will when it's finally my turn. Will I go kicking and screaming, or will I say, meh, had a good run, I'm ready? Okay, well, I'm gonna cast that on purple. Get some fresh life in life and death, and now all we gotta do is kill Lamashtu. And if you've noticed, so much health, so much life, so much attack. Not a bad little team. So that's kind of where we are as far as a Purple Guild Wars team. Let me see what I have for... Do I have a blue one made? This is close to what I was using for a blue Guild Wars team. I used to use Rope Dart, Great King, Megavore, and... Ooh, who else? I can't remember off the top of my head. But this is actually a pretty fun team as well. And yes, I know you can't use Mountain Crusher for blue team on Guild Wars. You could put Jar of Ice here. My only concern with that, even though it does make a blue storm, is you don't want Jar of Ice in the front. You want that in case somebody dies. And got a couple ideas on that for weapon. I love Anu's Scepter. It's only 9, destroys all gems of a chosen color, and, well, you get all that mana when you destroy gems as opposed to removing them. Megavore, and boy, I can't remember who I used to use down here. But we can try that as well. Or we can try Jar of Ice. Maybe we can try both. Because I'm not too worried about if Anu's Scepter dies. And let me see. Who's another blue troop that would go well here? See, I should have thought about this in advance, and I didn't. But if you're looking for a brown team for Guild Wars Attack, definitely Mountain Crusher, Great King, Megavore, and Ghost Queen. And that way you're getting a 50% start on your hero, 50% start on Great King, true damage, stripping, armor, and then everything is true damage with Megavore. And with Titan class, you're making so much mana. So I would need a blue troop here. And I apologize, I didn't think of one in advance, because I didn't know I was going to go into Guild Wars as much as I kind of am. Oh, blue troop. The only problem with this team is going to be, whatchamacallit, mana. Queen Beatrix. Definitely could go with something like this for a blue Guild Wars day. We've done purple, and I just gave you a brown. So let's see how this works out. Okay, well, when they don't give you blue, oh, what do? We'll go for brown. Oh, this is quite the weak team. I didn't even notice their team stats. Cast these. Thank you. Well, we don't want to do that team. This team is probably just going to eat us alive. But that's okay. I don't care. And there's better classes we could use right here. I think I was using a different team here, and I had, whatchamacallit. I mean, you could even just use Death Knight, because that starts with an Ice Storm. And destroy all gems of a chosen color. I'm going to go blue, because that kind of screws with their Moon Rabbit. And then we can cast that on yellow. I'm going to go blue again. And let's see, you are blue-yellow. Something tells me that they were using Thief class. I don't know where I got that from. So there's some teams and classes to play with. What do you have? Oh, you got one of those two empowered converters right off the start. Don't much care for that. Let's look at another team. This one is kind of a catch-all team, to where Essence of Evil, which we all know puts basically all status effects on somebody, Grey King Silence, Merlion Silence, Saturn Musician Silence. The only problem with this team is getting mana, but it's a 3 silence tour, you know, like Gilligan's Island. So the worst part about this one is actually getting mana up quick enough to actually be useful. Oh, and they've got Tink, so that's kind of what we're looking at here. Sometimes I just hate these new potions. Okay, not sometimes. These new potions are just a pain in the butt. How's that? Oh, thanks very much. I appreciate that, sir. And I should be trying to fill the Grey King here. And I'm not, because, I don't know, I don't really care. This is like one of those fights that you're like, I don't know if this is ever going to end. It will end. Probably not well. Okay, that was a few turns in a row. And we finally lost that troop. Well, now we just keep working the turkey through until we can kill Tina, and hopefully we can fill up another one of these troops to keep it silenced before it gets filled. And there we go. I don't much care for that team. It's too hard to get mana started, but I figured I would show it. And do I have another team? No, I do not. So those are kind of some Grey King teams that I made for you. Almost a half-hour video. I'm a little tired of talking now, and I don't know if I really got that much accomplished, but I'm going to do one more fight, and then we'll call it. So I gave you some ideas for all three blue, brown, and purple for Guild Wars days, and this is just a general all-purpose PvP type team. If you want to play around with something like this, that Archdeva team is pretty good as well if you can get Archdeva filled. And let's see. Really? So I've got a skull I didn't even want to take. And that I meant to click purple. Oh, that is just such a typical Rowdy thing to do. I meant to click purple. I really did. Well, anyways, that happens. Mostly to, people like me. I wasn't sure if you could take their mana through a barrier or not. And the pet ran away, I don't really care. And there you go, that's why I don't play competitive PvP very often. Of course, if I did, I'd be using a different team. Anyways, thank you for watching. I hope it helped a little bit. If it didn't, you probably quit watching a long time ago. And anyways, there is my video on the Great King. We'll see. Maybe I'll do another video on something somebody requests a little bit sooner than 6 weeks. If somebody wants something, let me know. I can work on it. And have a great day. We will see you later. Bye-bye.